What is going on, guys? Coach Stoneface here, bringing you another week of NFL picks. As you can remember, week 3 did not go well for... Wow. I get it. Week 3 was bad. Week 3 was really bad. Oh, wrong button there. Week 3 was really bad. I mean, if you look at it, we went 7-9. Yeah, we went 7-9. I mean, there's some picks that should have happened better than they did. No excuses. We're trying to get better. So after a 43% week 3, you're sitting at 68% on the year. Let's hope we do better in week 4 here, and then we'll see results for week 4, and we'll go into week 5 picks. So week 4, we started off strong with a couple big wins. I mean, nobody really knew if this Patriots-Chiefs game was going to happen or not, but luckily it did. I mean, Nick Foles, got to get better, buddy. You got to get better. I believed in you. We'll see how I feel about the Colts this week, but you keep proving me wrong. So there's lots of interesting games. I mean, Bears and Colts was a close game. Cardinals, Panthers. I mean, not many people picked the Panthers. I'd pick the Cardinals again if I had the choice again. Cowboys, Browns. I mean, come on, boys. Get it together. I mean, whenever you think of the Cowboys, it's just sad. Yeah, pretty much the way it is. And then, obviously, the 49ers lost the Eagles. I'm not gonna lie. I got caught up with some fake Twitter accounts, and I believe that they were starting Jalen Hurts, the Eagles, and that just wasn't the case. So Steelers, Titans didn't play because of COVID, and then the Packers beat the Falcons. I know we talk a lot about, Dallas's defense and some of the other, whether the Giants or the Jets, things like that. But I think there's only one thing that can properly describe the Falcons right now. It's a pure dumpster fire. It is terrible. So let's look here. So week 4 went 11-4. Again, I'd rather be around the 80+%, but after going 7-9 to go 11-4 is great. It's a great improvement. So we're gonna take it. I really thought it was gonna have a sound effect there, but it didn't happen. Here, let's just put it in late. Better late than never. 11-4, yay! Okay, there we go. Sorry, I've never done sound effects before. I've tried some new programs out. This is new for me, so hopefully it adds some content, some excitement in the episode. But if not, let me know and we can take them back out. Year to date, I'm up to almost 70%. So again, bad week 3, but let's get going. So your week 5 picks, here they come. Boom. All right. So Buccaneers, Bears, I mean, this one's pretty easy, I think. I mean, as much as I think Nick Foles is going to have a great game, as much as Nick Foles has Tom Brady's number, I don't think that you can go against the Buccaneers in this game. I know there's no Chris Godwin, but it's, there's a lot of talk about these two coaches doing some trick plays, whether that's Mike Evans throwing some TDs here, whether that is Nick Foles on the receiving end of a TD. But at the end of the day, the Buccaneers, they're just too good. Their defense is too good. I know the Bears are good. The Bears have, a great team in general. Khalil Mack is a great defensive player. But I think you can see what happened in Indy is the Bears just couldn't get enough together against a good defense. And with no disrespect to Indy, the Buccaneers offense is by far much better than the much better than Indy's offense. So Buccaneers don't really have it that close. Patriots, Broncos, if this game is played, it's going to be Patriots. Who knows who's going to be a quarterback for the Broncos? I know Drew Lock is rumored to be able to play. And I know the Patriots losing Stephon Gilmore and Cam Newton is obviously not what you want to see, especially as a Patriots fan. I trust the Patriots organization as much as people want to say they cheat and they do a lot of bad things. They're strict, and that's why a lot of people don't like it. So I don't think they did anything to contaminate each other or broke any rules. As funny as that is to say. So I think it's the Patriots. I know Philip Lindsay's back, and I know that's going to add another dimension to their team. but it's the Patriots over the Broncos. The Panthers and the Falcons. I mean, I'm picking Panthers. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm picking Panthers. And I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I think the Panthers are just the better team. The Falcons are looking terrible.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, I must be. But the Falcons look bad, and I think the best thing for the Falcons is to lose, because that means Dan Quinn is going to get fired. I said this after week 3. I'm going to say it again after week 4. I'm going to say it week 5. How does he still have a job? He has been a terrible NFL coach the last couple of years. You saw the frustration in with Matt Ryan. You saw the frustration. I just don't see how it can go. And their defense isn't good. I mean, if it's one thing if you could say, oh, at least their defense keeps it close. Their defense hasn't played well, and their defense has blown a lot of late leads. As much as I don't believe Mike Davis is anywhere close to CMC, and I've said this every week since CMC's been out in my picks. I think Mike Davis and Teddy Bridgewater have enough to take on the Falcons. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I have the Panthers over the Falcons. To everybody's surprise, I'm going to take the Ravens. Oh no, can't believe that's happening. I just think if you want to talk about games, this one is the clearest. Yes, that's the outcome that's going to happen. It's your money game, right? So Ravens over Bengals. I would like to see the Bengals keep it close, though. I think they can. I mean, whenever you have interdivision games, you want to toss a coin up. You don't know what's going to happen. I think the Bengals are good, but I just think the Ravens are better. I think Lamar's going to get back to some running, but you're really going to see him progress again with his arm. I think Hollywood Brown's going to have a fantastic day. That's just my guess. Jaguars, Texans. Can't say that word. Jacksonville and Houston. I pulled up some stats here, and this isn't. I didn't get anything from last year. Unfortunately, I didn't pay for a subscription to the site, but since 2003, there has been 25 head coaches changes up until this was 2018 article, 2019 article. 25 coach changes, only 9 have won since the game after, and the last one was in 2015 when Chip Kelly took over the Eagles. My gut tells me it's the Texans. The Texans cannot be that bad going forward, but my concern is they promoted their interim head coach is the assistant coach. And I know when he took over for the Chiefs a few years back, he did good things, and he actually won. I think he's one of the ones that actually won the game after taking over. But I mean, he's been there, and as much as Bill O'Brien had an iron fist, you have a support staff, so I don't think the Texans are going to rebound that much. Now, I know J.J. Watt had it out with Bill O'Brien, and that's reportedly what led to the firing. My gut says Texans. I'm just saying that, but I am going to take the Jags. I just think it's going to. I think the Jags are good. I think the Jags are good. I think DJ Chark's fantastic. I like James Robinson, so I think it's going to be good. Now, there is a chance that this comes true.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
At this moment, I mean, I'm still leaning Texans, but I'm taking the Jags. I'm going to go with my numbers on this one. I'm going to go with my research on this one. The Jags win. Raiders, Chiefs. I was actually talking to my buddy Jordan. Shout out to Jordan if you watch this. Actually, Jordan, if you're watching this like you tell me you do, let me know. Say, hey, you called me out twice, 2 weeks in a row. I appreciate it, Josh. I appreciate that. So anyways, I was talking about this, and I actually have Mahomes right around that top 5 mark in the NFL for quarterbacks right now. He hasn't really done that much to impress this year. I mean, he's had 2 fantastic games, and he's had 2 subpar games, and those subpar games coming against the Chargers and the Patriots. And the one thing about the Chargers and the Patriots is they play tough. Defensively, they're a tough team to play against, and I think Gruden is a tough coach as well. So I am taking the Chiefs. I am taking the Chiefs on this one. But if we're talking about potential upset, I think the Raiders have the potential to upset the Chiefs this week. I think that could be the upset of the week.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So maybe I played myself, maybe I didn't, but I think the Chiefs win, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Raiders take this one. Jets, Cardinals, I will never pick an Adam Gase team. I don't care. I don't care if they play the Giants. I'm still taking the Giants over the Jets. So Cardinals need to bounce back. D-Hop is practicing. That's good. I think there's some good signs there. As a Kenyon Drake owner in, I think, 8 of 10 fantasy leagues I'm in, 8 of 11. Kenyon Drake, get it together, bud. You need to do better. But the Jets is the team that it's going to be against, especially playing against Joe Flacco. The Cardinals defense is good. Flacco loves throwing those interceptions. I'm taking the Eagles on this one. I'm taking the Cardinals on this one. Eagles, Steelers. My only fear here is the fact that Steelers have been off. And I know bye weeks are good, but bye week of week 4, when you're just starting to get in a rhythm, Ben Roethlisberger is just getting back. He doesn't need that break quite yet. I'm taking the Steelers. I believe in the Steelers in this situation, but again, this is another one that could go both ways, but I just think the Steelers' depth, their defense is just way too good, and I think this could be the hump that broke the camel's back, and we could be seeing Jalen Hurts next week, but I'm taking the Steelers. The Bills-Titans game, I'm going to call it here, will not be played, but I am going to pick the Bills. The Bills are just too good of a team. They are too good of a team. I think Josh Allen's a top 3 quarterback this season. I'm not talking about potential. I'm not talking about career. I'm just talking about what he's done this season is a top 3 quarterback. And I don't think that can really be argued. I think you put Russell Wilson up there. And then I think you have Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Patty Mahomes. That's kind of my top 5. But I just think you have too many weapons. I know they're a bit banged up, the Bills are, but even without John Brown, I mean, Stephon Diggs has been great. You have Davis, who's been picked up his game, and Singletary is doing what he should be doing, and that's winning the job from Zach Moss. I know Zach Moss has been hurt, but Singletary is the better running back, and that's being shown here. If the game is played, I'm confident in the Bills. My worry that's not is because the Bills play Thursday next week. So there's some logistics there, and I mean, again, with 2 more people testing positive on the Titans today, including pretty much all their wide receiver depth, I just don't think they're going to have enough weapons to beat the Bills' defense. The Rams over the Kyle Allen-led Washingtons. Rams, I mean, is there really much question there? I don't know. I know they had a rough game last week in terms of what they should have done against the Giants, but I know there's some, no suspensions, thankfully. Jalen Ramsey, Golden Tate obviously had their blowout. And as much as I think if Alex Smith went in, I'd view this game a little bit closer just because I believe in Alex Smith a little bit more than I do in Kyle Allen. But I have the Rams. I hope Antonio Gibson has another big day, but he seems to be pretty touchdown dependent. My big fear, and I've said this all along, is without Haskins, what is Scary Terry's value? Because he played with Haskins in college, so is he going to have the same target share? Is he going to have that same check down? Is Kyle Allen going to go somewhere else? Because, I mean, if you look what he did in Carolina, and I know this is a lot of the game plan, I know this is the script, I know this is because you had CMC in Carolina, is he just going to check down? Is it going to be a McKissick? Is it going to be a Peyton Barber? Is it going to be, if I'm saying wrong running backs here, I don't know, because I mean it's a floodgate of running backs here in Washington. But I think the Rams have it. I think it's going to be a great day for if you're a running back or if you're a slot guy, but I think the Rams have it. Dolphins 49ers is actually closer than it should be. I'm taking San Francisco because I want them to win. Same thing about the Eagles Steelers. I want San Fran to win because I want to see Tua. I think Tua time is coming up. With that being said, I love Fitzmagic. I'm a big Fitzmagic guy. I love this guy. 17 years in the NFL. He's been nothing but fantastic, and he's been a great leader and he's been a great mentor. 49ers are starting to get a bit more healthy with Kittle back. You're going to see Mostert back. I just think you're going to have a 49ers win here. Colts Browns. Oh my goodness. Colts Browns. Who could win this game? I think it could be either way. Again, if we're going, I'm going to do the opposite of what I did here with Texans Jaguars, because in that game, my gut said Texans. The numbers say the Jags. In this game, my gut says Browns. The numbers once again say Colts. I'm going to go with the hot Browns. Yeah, I'm going to go with the hot Browns. I'm going to stick with it. I think that is I think that's the right play. I really do. I think it's the Browns. I think you're going to have another big game from OBJ. What I just hope is Baker Mayfield actually throws more touchdowns this year.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're right, fan. You're right. But we're going Browns over Colts. Cowboys, Giants. Interdivision, always crazy. You never know what's going to happen in interdivision, but it's Cowboys. I don't care what their defense is like. This is a rebound game for them. This is a game that they can take advantage of. I mean, they have a much more powerful offense than the Rams had, who had troubles with the Giants last week. But the Giants don't have offensively what they need to go. I think you're going to see Evan Ingram have another big game, or not another. You're going to see him have a big game and have a comeback. But I just think the Cowboys are going to just get it. I think Zeke's going to have a big game. I see Dak having a pretty good game. But I think Zeke's going to come back. And I'm pretty sure I said that last week too. But this is a Cowboys win here. Vikings, Seahawks. As much as I want to pick the Vikings because, they had another win last week, or a win last week. They looked pretty good. They just don't have enough going for them to beat the Seahawks, who have been one of the best teams. The Vikings defense has been subpar. I know they've lost a lot of players, but I mean, Russell's just going to be able to throw dimes anywhere he wants. When you have Metcalf, when you have Moore, when you have Lockett, and then you have Carson out of the backfield, Seahawks pretty convincingly. Now, Chargers, Saints is another one that you would look at and you were like, Saints, especially if Michael Thomas is back, because there is rumor he's going to be back this week. And the only reason it's close is because you don't know what's... We've seen this with... excuse me. You've seen this with the Panthers, that, once CMC goes down, they kind of just bonded together and they rallied and they came back hard. The Saints haven't been able to do that without Michael Thomas, but are the Chargers able to do that without Austin Eckler? The answer is maybe, but I'm picking the Saints. I don't care if Drew Brees throws, negative yards all the time. I'm picking the Saints. Did I pick the Saints last week? I don't know who the Saints game is. Saints over the Lions. So, and I picked them right. I just think the Saints have it going for them. So, obviously, this is my week 4 stats, but year to date, I'm sitting at 69%. And as much as we want to think that's subpar, more with the booze. Okay, I get it. 69% is not great. We are going to go. We are going to have a good week here again. I think this week's kind of been, maybe not next week even. I'm going to try my best next week. So I'm moving in 2 weeks. So I don't know what my videos for week 6 and 7 are going to look like. But this is my picks for week 5. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I feel like, we had a good rebound week in week 4, but I think week 5 is going to be even better. I know there's only 15 games this week. I guess there was only 15 last week, but 15 potentially in 14. But I'm feeling pretty good about my card. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate it very much, guys. Thanks for booing me throughout this process. But overall, we're looking pretty good, and I can't wait to see week 6. Thanks a lot. Coach out.